Hello everybody, Anmarchi here with some Black Ops Zombies, a continuation of the last commentaries gameplay. And like I said, there's going to be a few of these. I fixed the screen recorder problem. Now we got 720p or maybe 1080p. I think it's just 720 though. And it should be all good. That's it for the gameplay for a while. So I want to talk about the Samsung Galaxy S3 versus the iPhone 4S. And I might be a little biased when I say this, because it's hard to give a perfectly fair argument, you know, human error, that kind of stuff. But I do want to say that I'm trying to be as fair as possible. Sitting right in front of me, I have a Samsung Galaxy S3, and I have an iPhone 4S. They're not both mine. The S3 is mine. The iPhone 4S is my sister's. I'll get into why I chose which in just a second. But firstly, I would like to start by saying that here I'm on Versio.com. I might have said that wrong. Versio, there will be a link in the description. It is comparing the iPhone 4S to the Samsung Galaxy S3. 19 reasons for the Galaxy S3. It's a bit lighter. It's a bit thinner. Slightly lighter by 7 grams and slightly thinner by 0.6 of a millimeter. So really just barely thinner. It has double the RAM of the iPhone 4S. We're talking about the S3 here. It plays Adobe Flash, has free navigation software. The iPhone might have free navigation software. I'm not so sure about that. I think that it comes with Google Maps installed. It has a much better camera. I mean, I believe they're comparing megapixels here, and they got 1.9 megapixels on the inward-facing camera for the S3, and only 0.3 for the iPhone. This camera on this thing is insane. Higher resolution, the S3 has 720 by 1280, and the iPhone has 640 by 960. It has a much bigger screen. It's at 4.8 inches, which is a crazy big screen. That's borderline tablet. The Samsung Galaxy Note, I believe it's called, is a 5.3 inch screen, and that's only, what is that? 5.5 inches bigger. And, I mean, they consider that borderline tablet. So this thing's almost a tablet, the S3. Whereas the iPhone only has 3.5, inches of screen, and they measure screen length in hypotenuse. If you were to draw from, you know, bottom right corner to top left and top right to bottom left. That's how they measure screen width, if you didn't know that. A lot of CPU stuff. It's a little bit faster. It has a micro SD card slot, so if you want to add more memory, it's easier. It has an HDMI output slot. I haven't found that yet, though. And it has a much faster download speed. 21 bits per second on the S3 over 14.4 bits per second on the iPhone 4S. It can be charged with standard USB cable. One problem about doing this commentary with my phone in front of me, I keep getting texts and alerts going off and whatnot. And wireless charging, I'm not sure how that works. It says can be charged without any plugs or wires, similar to electric shavers or toothbrushes as extra. So I'll have to look into that. It has a significantly larger battery, which I think that is a major selling point right there. Battery is measured in mAh, not sure what that stands for, but it's lowercase m, uppercase A, lowercase h, and that's 2100 on the S3 and 1418 on the iPhone. It also has a removable battery. Okay. Now that's just 19, or a little bit less than 19, because there are some I didn't say, but some reasons for the S3. Now I'll give pros for the iPhone, as to try and build a fair argument. It has a somewhat higher pixel density. Pixel density is measured in PPI, and the S3 is at 313, and the iPhone is at 326, so 13 PPI difference. 2 pixels share 1 sub-pixel. Not exactly sure what that means, but I don't think that it's something that you want, because it's a Pro for the iPhone and it doesn't have it. It has a dedicated camera button. It says here that the iPhone has a dedicated camera button. I'm looking right now. I don't see a dedicated camera button like an actual physical button that you could push to pull up the camera. I mean, if they're talking about a shortcut, the S3 has that, and I don't know about that, but it says that it does. It has significantly faster uploads by 2.76 bits per second. That's the iPhone, faster uploads. It's narrower, and the phone itself is a little bit smaller, even though it's a bit thicker. It's a bit bulkier. But it's I want a big screen, so I don't want, you know, I want a bigger phone if it comes with a bigger screen, is what I'm trying to say. The iPhone has a possible 64 gigabytes of memory available if you get the top of the line model, and that's only 32 gigabytes available if you get the S3. Direct updates by OS vendor. This is a big one. The iPhone has direct updates. The S3 does not. A couple more apps, and by a couple I mean 25,000. There are 425,000 apps on the Apple App Store when this survey or whatever poll was taken, and there were only 400,000 on the Google Play Store or Android market. So those are just some quick reasons for each. Wait, sorry guys, it's just telling me that I can compare it to the iPhone 5. I don't trust that this is the iPhone 5, this website. It brought me to a new website, and this looks a bit sketchy. Like, this doesn't look like an iPhone 5, this looks like an iPhone 4S. Sorry about that little distraction. You can't expect me to go on the internet and not get distracted, but, I went with the S3 for a lot of those reasons. Some cons about the S3 would be that, it's not updated as well as the iPhone. For instance, when iOS 5 comes out, most iPhones can get it. I remember my old Android phone, I got like Android, one of the earlier Android OSs, and I was on it for a long time. I was kind of stuck on it, if you will. But you know, it's okay. It's I think that they're working it out, because I always have an optimistic attitude when it comes to stuff like that. I think that they're gonna get there and they're gonna make a great OS. An open OS is nice for the Galaxy S3 because I was gonna say S3 because it helps more apps be published. Because, for instance, like emulators, you can't find emulators on the Apple App Store, but the Apple App Store is a little bit more secure. It's more well designed. It's better organized. The iPhone is a better music player than the Samsung Galaxy S3, but I have an iPod, and I use that for music, so I don't need another music player. But it is a better music player if you're into that kind of stuff, if you need one of those. Also, like I said, more apps, it's updated more regularly, it's a little bit more universal, because there's only one iPhone, and it's a very popular phone. So, if you came to this video wanting to compare the iPhone and Galaxy S3, personally, I like the S3 a little bit more, but that also has to do with where I am, depending on my usage and what I need it for. It's really your opinion. They're both great phones, and they both work. They both work if you get a good one. Thanks for listening, guys. I'll see you on the next commentary.